Well, as of March the 29th, workers here in Michigan are now entitled to 6 time pay in addition to FMLA unpaid leave, family leave as we know it. Tom Sinas here to discuss the impact of the new law and specifically, Tom, who it impacts.
So this is another one of these laws that is kind of a ghost of a lame duck session.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right? So what happened? Well, last year before the election, there was an effort to put this question of paid sick leave on the ballot. The legislature decided to take it up on its own and revisited it in lame duck. So now here we are, and as you said, on March 29, 2019, we do have a new law that was signed by outgoing Governor Snyder. So what does it mean? Okay, well, it gives employees guaranteed access to a certain amount of paid sick time. How do we calculate it? Well, the employees are entitled to 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 35 hours worked.
Okay.
So for every 35-hour increment worked, 1 hour of paid sick leave, to a maximum of 40 hours per year of paid sick leave. Okay, so no more than that. Now employers, there's certain things employers don't have to do. They aren't required, as I said, to give more than 40. They aren't required necessarily to give you a guaranteed amount of carryover into the next year. And there are certain employers that this doesn't apply to. And it seems like in these employment benefit areas, we see the magic number of 50. That for employers with 50 or more employees, certain rules apply as opposed to those 50 or less.
Okay.
That's true here. Employers who have fewer than 50 employees are not bound by this new paid sick time leave.
Interesting.
And then there are certain classes of employees within any employment environment that are exempt from this. So if a temporary worker, independent contractor, part-time employees working under 25 hours a week, they don't fall into eligibility for this paid sick time. One of the things people have been asking is, well, wait a minute, I thought we already had this. I've heard of this thing called FMLA. Right? That's been around for a long time, since the 90s.
That's unpaid leave though, right?
Exactly, and it's a federal law, right? Again, we have rules about what size employers it applies to, but the real difference is what you said. It's unpaid leave, and the idea behind FMLA is that if you qualify for leave, and there's only certain scenarios where you would qualify.
Take care of a family member, things like that.
Exactly. You're essentially guaranteed under that federal law the right to have your job back. When you come back. Again, there are hour eligibility requirements there. You have to work, for example, more than 1,250 hours in a year to have the FMLA protections. So now what we have are these two things coming together. We have the federal law that's been around for a couple decades, and we have this paid sick leave law. So if you fall into either of these groups of eligibility, and heaven forbid you need one of these, it's good to know a little bit about it.
Good to know. People need to track you down. Where do they get your services?
They can find us online at www.sinusdramus.com. They can shoot us an email at info@sinusdramus.com, or give us a call the old-fashioned way at 616-301-3333.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Derek.